Some love stories don't begin with forever. Some begin with silence, a rainy day, and a stranger across the table. Today's story, You Were Almost Mine, is about timing, missed chances, and a love that almost happened, but never fully bloomed. It's a gentle story told in simple, emotional English, perfect for learners, dreamers, and anyone who's ever held on to a goodbye. So close your eyes. Slow down your mind. And just listen to a story that feels like a memory. Aarav met her at the wrong time. It was a rainy evening. The kind that made the city look like a painting, with blurred lights, quiet footsteps, and air heavy with stories that hadn't yet been told. He was sitting alone in a cafe, waiting for a meeting that never happened. She walked in, not with grace, but with presence. Rain on her coat. A book in her hand. And a kind of stillness in her eyes that only people with old souls carry. Their eyes met. Only for a second. But sometimes, a second is enough to rearrange something inside you. She asked if she could sit across from him. There were no other empty tables. He said yes. Quietly. She didn't talk much. Neither did he. But somehow, the silence between them wasn't awkward. It was warm. Full. Alive. When her coffee arrived, she smiled. It was a tired smile, the kind you give when life has been heavy, but you're still choosing to stay soft. She looked up and said, "Do you ever feel like the world is moving too fast and you're just stuck in the middle?" He nodded. That was the first real thing anyone had asked him in months. Her name was Meera. She was in the city for only 2 weeks. Just passing through. She told him she didn't like staying in one place for too long. He told her he had never left his city. She laughed and said, "Maybe that's why I found you. I needed someone still." They began meeting every evening. Same cafe. Same table. Same rain. Some days they talked about dreams. Some days about nothing at all. But in the space between their words, something gentle grew. It wasn't loud. It wasn't certain. But it was real. On her last day, he walked her to the train station. They stood in silence. He wanted to say so many things, that he wanted her to stay, that he wasn't ready to go back to silence, that maybe, just maybe, this wasn't just a passing moment. But he said none of it. Because sometimes love comes too softly, too slowly. And by the time you realize it's real, it's already turning away. She handed him a letter before stepping onto the train. She didn't ask him to read it right away. She just said, "Goodbye, Aarav. You were, almost." Then she was gone. He didn't open the letter for weeks. When he finally did, it said, "I don't believe in perfect timing. I believe in connection. And I believe we had one. You were the softest thing I ever met in a world that always felt sharp. Maybe in another life I would have stayed. Maybe in this one. I'll just carry you with me, quietly." Years passed. Aarav never saw her again. He tried to forget her. But forgetting is hard when someone never left your heart. He met new people. Worked new jobs. Laughed at new jokes. But a part of him still sat at that cafe, in that quiet rain, across from her. And every time he heard the sound of a train leaving, he remembered the goodbye that felt like a beginning. That never got to become anything more. Now that you've heard the story, let's take a moment to grow together. Here are 40 English words from the story, explained in a calm and simple way. So you can learn while you feel. Each word was carefully chosen to help you understand English and life just a little more deeply. So take a breath. Stay with me. And just listen to the words love left behind. Stranger, a person you do not know. Blurry, unclear or difficult to see. Presence, the state of being in a particular place. Awkward, uncomfortable or uneasy. Gesture, a movement that expresses an idea or emotion. heavy, emotionally intense or difficult. Silence, complete absence of sound. Connection, a bond or relationship between people. Soul, the emotional or spiritual part of a person. Fate, the idea that events are predetermined. Passing, temporary, not staying for long. Unspoken, not said aloud but understood. Evening, the time between late afternoon and night. Tired, feeling low in energy or worn out. Steady, constant or unchanging. Real, genuine, not false or imagined. Quiet, peaceful and without much noise. Letter, a written message. Train, a vehicle that moves on tracks. Goodbye, a way to express departure. Courage, strength to do something difficult. Waited, remained in one place expecting something. Missed, failed to meet or reach something. Moment, a very short period of time. Chose, selected from options. Hurt, to cause pain. Whisper, to speak very softly. Memory, something remembered from the past. Stay, to remain in a place. Learned, gained knowledge or understanding. Change, to become different. Hope, a desire for something to happen. Longing, a deep emotional desire. Soft, gentle, not harsh or loud. Eyes, the organs of sight. Return, to come back to a place. Pain, physical or emotional suffering. Alone, without anyone else. Stillness, total calm or lack of movement. Forever, for all future time, permanently. Some love stories don't last forever. But they leave behind something just as powerful. A feeling, a memory, and sometimes, a better understanding of who we are. You've just experienced You Were Almost Mine. A story of timing, of quiet connection, of a love that stayed, even after it left. And now, you've also learned 40 new English words. Softly spoken, clearly explained, to help you grow your heart and your language. Speech balloon. If this story touched your heart, share your favorite word or moment in the comments. Pushpin subscribe for more romantic, slow, English stories that feel real and peaceful. Headphone. This is your space, for learning, for feeling, for healing. Until next time. Keep listening. Keep learning. And remember, some almosts are never forgotten. White Heart.